G-MajorzEffects, channel intro, expanded field. Welcome to G-MajorzEffects, the channel where technology, AI, and logo effects collide. Here, we break down iconic logo effects, experimental previews, and community-driven edits, not just showing what they look like, but how they work, why they're effective, and where modern tech and AI fit into the process. From classic G-major distortions to chaotic meme-style transformations, this channel is all about understanding visual effects as systems, not just visuals. If you're into editing, digital experimentation, or the future of AI-assisted effects, you're in the right place. Preview 2MABAL effects, full tech and effects commentary review. Alright, let's really dig into Preview 2MABAL effects, because this is not just a random effect dump. It's a framework of visual experimentation that reflects how editors think about transformation, repetition, and escalation. Preview 2MABAL effects is a logo effects compilation created by Daniel Video Effects, and it sits firmly within the logo editing and effect preview subculture. These previews are essentially demonstrations of layered visual and audio manipulation, where a single logo or clip is run through multiple stylized transformations to showcase how dramatically it can change. What makes Preview 2MABAL interesting from a tech perspective is how systematic it feels. Each effect acts almost like a preset module, similar to how modern editing software, and even AI tools, structure transformations into reusable blocks. Breakdown of key effects and their applications. Let's talk about specific effects and how they're actually used. Normal. This is your control state. Application. Used as a baseline reference so viewers can compare how extreme later effects become. In tech terms, this is your raw input before processing, essential for showcasing transformation. G-Major 4/G-Major 7. These are pitch-shifted and color-altered distortions that create a surreal, off-key feel. Applications. Emphasizing chaos or intensity. Meme edits and shock humor. Testing how logos hold up under heavy audio-visual distortion. From an AI standpoint, G-MajorzEffects are useful training examples for audio-visual correlation models, where sound pitch and color intensity rise together. Pitch black. A darkened, high-contrast transformation that often removes visual detail. Applications. Horror-style logo edits. Dramatic transitions. End-phase effects in escalation previews. This mirrors real-world use in motion design, where contrast reduction is used to build tension. Leaf fall down major. This effect introduces motion distortion and falling visuals. Applications. Seasonal or environmental themes. Soft chaos rather than harsh distortion. Testing motion overlays on static logos. From a tech lens, this resembles procedural animation layering, something AI tools now automate using motion learning models. Zoopal's effect V3. A highly stylized, playful, and exaggerated effect. Applications. Parody edits. Children's logo remixes. Mood contrast after darker effects. This effect highlights how style context matters, something AI struggles with unless trained long-term specific datasets. Oh my, what is it? _ This is pure meme energy. Abrupt visual warping, awkward timing, and intentional randomness. Applications. Comedy-focused previews. Breaking viewer expectations. Stress testing how far an effect can go before becoming unreadable. In AI terms, this kind of effect is hard to replicate because it relies on human humor intuition, not clean rules. Relation to tech and AI. While Preview 2MABAL effects itself is human-created, it unintentionally mirrors how AI effect pipelines work today. Each effect behaves like a node in a processing chain. Visual escalation resembles parameter ramping. Repeated transformations act like iterative model outputs. Modern AI video tools could analyze compilations like this too. Automatically suggest effect order. Predict viewer engagement based on distortion levels. Generate new hybrid effects inspired by existing ones. In other words, Preview 2MABAL effects is almost a manual prototype of what AI-assisted logo editing is becoming. Why Preview 2MABAL effects matters? This compilation isn't just entertainment, it's documentation of creative experimentation. It shows how editors explore limits, how naming conventions reflect culture, how repetition and escalation drive engagement. For channels like G-MajorzEffects, this is valuable because it bridges old-school effect previews with future AI-driven workflows. Final thoughts. Preview 2MABAL effects stands as a perfect example of how logo effects evolve and creativity meets tech. Welcome to G-MajorzEffects 2, the second part for deep dives into digital effects, logo transformations, and evolving editing technology. This channel focuses on breaking down how visual effects behave, how they're built, and how modern tools, including AI, are changing the way editors experiment with style. From chaotic distortion edits to structured effect previews, G-MajorzEffects 2 is all about understanding the mechanics behind numbers. If you're into logo effects, experimental previews, and the future of automated editing, you've landed in the right spot. Preview 2MABAL effects. Extended commentary review. G-MajorzEffects 2 edition. Today we're taking a deeper look at Preview 2MABAL effects, a well-known effects application created by G-MajorzEffects effects that has become a recognizable entry in the logo editing community. On the surface, it looks like a rapid showcase of logo distortions. But when you step back, it actually functions more like a visual effects system. Each effect in the preview acts as a controlled variation, applying specific changes to color, motion, audio pitch, and timing. That structured repetition is what makes Preview 2MABAL effects especially interesting from a technical and AI-related standpoint. Effect highlights and practical uses. Let's walk through some of the standard effects and how they're commonly applied. Normal. This is the unaltered reference version. Use case. Acts as a comparison anchor, allowing viewers to clearly see how far each effect pushes the original logo. In technical workflows, this is equivalent to preserving a clean input state. G major 4 / G major 7. These effects introduce aggressive pitch shifting paired with visual color distortion. Use cases. Escalation reviews. Shot style logo edits. Testing readability under extreme distortion. These effects resemble dramatic-driven transformations, something AI models can replicate by adjusting pitch, saturation, and motion values simultaneously. Pitch black. A heavy contrast and darkness-based effect that removes soft visual detail. Use cases. Horror. Automatic blending. Transition points and previews. Final phase distortion effects. From a tech angle, this mirrors contrast suppression techniques used in cinematic grading and AI-based tone mapping. Leaf fall down region introduces layered motion and forming visual elements. Use cases. Environmental or seasonal edits. Soft visual chaos instead of harsh distortion. Motion overlay demonstrations. This type of effect aligns closely with procedural animation systems and AI-driven motion generation. Zupol's Effect V3. A colorful, exaggerated transformation with playful timing. Use cases. Parody content. Child-friendly logo edits. Style contrast after intense effects. I struggle with effects like this because they rely heavily on tone awareness, not just technical rules. 2MABAL _. An intentionally unpolished, meme-driven effect focused on randomness. Use cases. Comedy edits. Breaking predictable preview patterns. Viewer attention resets. This kind of effect highlights the difference between human humor and algorithmic logic. How Preview 2MABAL connects to AI and editing tech. While Preview 2MABAL effects is manually created, its structure mirrors how AI effect pipelines function today. Each effect behaves like a processing stage. Transformations scale progressively. Visual chaos increases in measurable steps. High-powered editors could learn from previews like this too. Auto-generate effect sequences. Predict engagement based on distortion intensity. Create new hybrid effects by blending presets. In many ways, Preview 2MABAL effects feels like an early blueprint for AI-assisted logo experimentation. Why this preview still matters? This isn't just a throwback compilation, it represents community creativity, effect naming culture, experimental editing workflows, modern tools and AI-based editing systems. Final take. Preview 2MABAL effects shows how far a single logo can be pushed through structured experimentation. It reminds us that behind every chaotic distortion is a set of technical decisions. And those decisions are exactly what AI is starting to automate and expand. If you're interested in where logo effects are heading next, reviews like this help connect the past, present, and future of editing.